I am now. I'm recording now because we're live and you're not ready.
It's turning lights on.
She was up turning on lights because I forgot to turn lights on. Oh, hang on, guys.
What is that?
That's the Rumble thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on, guys.
I
just got a message about the Rumble feed not working. So I'll get it up there later. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's see who we got in here. I know we got Starla's in here. Starla was in here planning our schedule for everybody's live stream so that she could have a live stream every single night.
Miss Starla.
And then Big Kid showed up, the Rickster. I saw Puppery for Life, Skane's Girl. Who else is in here?
Potpourri for Life. You're watching Poppy.
Let's see. Lucy showed up.
Hey, Lucy.
So how's everybody doing tonight? It's cooled down a little bit. It was warm this afternoon, but we got a breeze coming in, and we're going to be getting
a breeze.
Yeah, well,
high winds coming
in. It's blowing pretty hard right now.
We actually had, it wasn't supposed to start storming until 7:45. So you guys just be aware if we glitch and all that, this is what's going on. We got the nice tornado weather coming in. So
it's that time of year.
Mrs.
Hack Skanes showed up with a broken pinky toe.
Oh no. Ooh. Can I do it yet? No, yeah. I want to wait. I want to wait until more people are in.
You want to wait? Okay.
Skanes, I've got the best thing for you. I really, really do. You won't believe it.
Oh, speak of the devil. There's Towards Joy and Freedom.
Yep. Chung's the one that sent it. I was so excited about that. Chung, I'm telling you, huge difference. Now the pain, and I got
Why
it
don't
today.
You tell them the story since you're starting in the middle like you always do?
I know. I'm gonna leave everybody hanging. Here's the hook. So I started using that. I got it in the mail today, and like literally dropped my drawers and put everything on the knee and got all that stuff done. And then I was like, whoa, it was seconds, and that stuff worked. And then I put some more on, and I was telling G tonight when he came home, I said, I really can tell a huge difference, but now I can feel how weak my knee is. So I've got to build up the strength.
I'm going to tell him.
No, you can't. I can.
She starts.
There's your hook.
She starts the story in the middle and then leaves people hanging.
I do it a lot.
Hey, Dolores. Dolores says she's been watching Ryan Hall and storms are ramping up.
Yeah. I was literally just on Ryan Hall because I wanted to see what was heading our way. But
oh no, Rickster.
What happened?
That's some money stolen from my account. And yes, I filed a fraud claim, changed my accounts. Thank God I sent Yoda money yesterday.
Dang.
How did it you know how it happened, or did it just one of those things? That's crazy. Lifetime free tag. It's not tag, it's B.
Is it B?
Well, we know Tag's out working and B's always on vacation.
Oh, stop it.
So it's gotta be B.
No, it's 7 o'clock. She's busy right now, making sure that there's dessert in the oven for Tag.
Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Tag says we are not getting any weather. He's going to will it so it does not happen.
Well, so your wife is actually watching for us while we're on the live, and I do appreciate that. I have my phone right here. Everything's turned off, sounds turned off, all that, but I can see any text message that comes through. So we know if we have to duck, put a mattress over our head.
Bird's Eye View Homestead, how you doing tonight? Thanks for showing up. Oh man, the weather. Lucy says it hit over 15 sunny here.
It was 90 degrees today here, and it's supposed to be 33 degrees at 7 a.m.
Yep, she got the Buffalo Seeds.
Nice.
Buffalo Seed Company.
Yay.
So that's cool. Got to see a video on that, Lucy. You got to do a video so that everybody can see.
Yeah, I want to see what she sent you and what she was able to get up there.
Oh, Tag says the forecast just changed. We'll be lucky to have a little rain. We're literally getting nothing.
We already got rain and high winds.
So I am not going to complain about that now.
That came in at what, 5:15, something like that.
And Mrs. Hack says that all they've got is high. Oh, I'll tell you what, folks. You want to talk about living where high winds are? I hope I'm not giving away too much, but where the Hacks live, it's like a wind tunnel up there. Oh my gosh, it's
Well,
crazy.
it's kind of the same for Tug and Bee. We're in the valley, so
Yeah.
we don't get a lot of that. But we noticed if we go up the road, it's pretty high. So it'll be not calm, but windy here. And then I go get gas and I'm like falling over because the wind's
It
blowing so
literally,
hard.
we've got these
Hey,
big,
Spags.
we got these big 160-foot trees all around us.
Yeah.
And when the wind's blowing, it sounds like
A huge truck is coming
sounds
through.
like a freight train rolling
Yeah.
through. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Or how loud it is. So yeah, I mean the weather, it's that time of year, and we just learn to deal with it, right? You know, it's the only thing I've come to not really like about where we live is the bottomless mud that happens every fall and every spring. It's like it never ends.
Right.
But again, got the proper muck boots, got the Gruden's muck boots, made in America. I highly recommend them, and we just deal with it. But okay, so what went on this weekend? What'd you do this weekend? Did you do anything?
Did I do anything this weekend? What do you think I did? We had to cull roosters.
We culled roosters on. So I'm doing a video. So this is a little sneak peek of the video that's going to be posted.
What kind of stinks about what happened
is we are in 3 weeks, our flock went from 52 birds down to 19.
But more than that.
But big surprise, big twist. Within 24 hours of calling the roosters,
it was less than that.
Our
I was
flock,
so happy.
Our flock almost doubled in size, and it's probably going to get bigger.
No, there's only 11 in there right now.
That's almost doubling.
Two of those came from the other incubator, and so I've had 2 chicks that did not survive. They just didn't make it, and that happens.
Yeah.
And so they didn't make it, but we're still hatching. So every time we'll be sitting relaxing, I'm like, I hear a cheep cheep in the kitchen, or I hear a cheep cheep behind me, or I hear a cheep cheep. So literally all 3 incubators right now, which I think is weird, must have been how long the eggs were sitting on the counter, I guess. But so all 3 incubators are actually hatching right now. So, which is awesome.
Big Kid says there's a road not far from here named Mud Dusty. Is one or the other. There is no between. That's like our road, isn't it?
Yes.
You can't go out on a dirt road around here without it either being muddy or dusty.
Right.
Boy, and when it says muddy, do not go through it. You need to ask Indiana Mike's wife about
MMR.
Ask MMR about what MMR stands for and what happens when you drive down one.
If you guys don't live in the country, MMR is minimum maintenance road. You don't go when it's rained. You just don't go on that road.
They're literally farm tracks, and some of them literally have grass growing up between the ruts. That's how little they're used. And when it rains, you do not want to go down them, especially in a low riding vehicle.
Right. How long it took? She got stuck, and then you and Tag got it out.
Well, Mike and Tag got it. I just went for moral support, just in case they got stuck.
Okay.
So I cleaned out and redone one half of my coop to be ready for new chickens coming. Excellent, nice. Excellent. And now I'm redoing the barn and putting up video out soon. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Now we had something else happen today that's kind of a first.
Yeah, you want to show that?
Well, yeah, show them.
Not a first. Here.
We've never had one of these eggs.
A turkey egg?
Never got a turkey egg from Turk.
Yes, we did. She was laying. Remember, she was laying in the.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we did. Turk was laying.
So we got.
That's a chicken egg, right?
We got our first turkey egg.
Yay!
Today. So we know we got at least one hen.
Oh, we have more than one.
Well, I know, but we know proof positive we've got one hen.
Right.
There's MMR rocked it like a boss.
Yeah.
She got it stuck so bad Tag could not get it out by himself and had to get help because it was so bad.
Yeah, but dang, she didn't even slow down. She was like, here's where I need to be. And she was dropped off at our house the next morning and butchering chickens that day. So it was all good.
She was on a mission, and that mission came full circle, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So glad to have them here.
Yep.
So excited.
Mike and Janine are going to be great additions to our community.
Yeah.
So excited that they're here. We got other people moving in too.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gypsy 19, him and his wife, they'll be
Yep.
here soon. And not sure when they're closing, I think here either just closed or they're getting ready to close this week. So
Yeah.
super excited about that. Yeah, we got a lot going on.
So then we had a busy week at work. Spent my time when I got home, like this weekend, I spent time underneath the house putting 2x8s in under where the bathroom's going, the second bathroom's going, so that the floor won't move, so it doesn't crack the tile whenever
Jonathan's
we
going to
get it.
have the nicest when he comes and stays. He's going
If
to have the
if
nicest
I get
room.
it done, I'm telling you, there was a development this week that's an opportunity that we cannot pass up. I mean,
What?
the firewood.
We have to get that bathroom done. We got 3 weeks to do it.
But so that's what I did Saturday. That and cold chickens. And when we cold chickens, it was us. B came over with three roosters, and the hacks came down.
We thought we had 12, but there was only 11.
There was only 11. Either that or somebody got into the cooler overnight, stole it.
I don't think
and
that
put
happened.
everything on top of the cooler back in the exact same spot.
I don't think that happened.
It's a possibility.
So for the first time ever, because usually I don't do this, I took the chicken legs and the necks and the heads and all of that, and I made broth. That is probably the prettiest broth I've ever seen. I couldn't believe it. I was amazed. So I did broth with that. Right now I've got chicken bodies going, and when I do my broth, it's a 2-day process for each pot. So I don't play around with that.
And what are you going to do with the meat off the chickens?
So that's the meat off of the chickens that I have in here right now. I didn't take legs and all that stuff. What'd you do with them? We fed some to the hogs, took them to Chris, and then the ones we did not.
I cleaned all the bones out of the stuff that came out of the first pot, the necks and heads and feet, and took all the bones out of them, and then ran everything through food processor and fed it to the dogs.
For the dogs. So we were able to use all that, and then so on this one, we're going to go ahead and do the broth, and I'll take all that chicken and we're going to turn it into freeze-dried meals.
Yep, they're going to be freeze-dried meals. So we can we say that we try to source as much possible off our farm and other people's farms as we can, and this is putting it to the proof.
Yeah, and so the broth, what are you going to do with all that broth? Well, we're almost out of chicken a la king. We're almost out of chicken Alfredo.
Yeah.
We're almost, everything. Seriously, yeah. So I've got to get busy, and I need broth in order to do that, because I try to make sure that I'm using that broth to bring the rice up and all of that. It's just a better flavor, better quality.
Now, Tag, you correct me if I'm wrong on this, but was the meat on that chicken some of the best looking meat you've seen? That was one of the things I was really, really impressed about. Not only our birds, but the birds that B brought over, was the quality of the meat. Just looks so good, and
just the amount of fat. I couldn't believe the goldenness on them.
Our roosters were kind of fat. I'd probably been overfeeding them.
Well, bees were too, though.
Were they?
Yeah.
Well, she babies them. I don't know. Does she
give her a hard time?
Does she sing to the chickens like she does her bees?
She doesn't sing to the bees.
I thought she sang to the bees.
You were overhearing a conversation, and that was the worry hive that I bought from that gal up north.
Oh. Dolores says she's shocked about how fast you go through broth. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Especially if you're cooking right.
Well, and I take it for lunch. Since I'm on the carnivore thing, I take it every now and then for lunch, because it's just a great meal. Put a little bit of salt and pepper in it.
Yeah.
Now I will say this. The broth that I took today did not taste as good. It must have been off the bottom of the pot.
Which broth did
I took the one that didn't seal out of the first one.
Oh, you know why? I didn't process it. Oh. So I water bath that, and when I water bath for 20 minutes for my quart jars for broth, and I had 2 I couldn't fit in there, and I was like, man, I can't find my All-American canner. I need to give the Amish canner a run. So gave it a run. I liked it. You were a little concerned, but it worked out fine. And then I turned around in the kitchen and I saw my All-Americans sitting on the floor. It was like, I could have had them all done, but no big deal because I'll just run those through this next batch.
So Bird's Eye asked what we feed our chickens. So we do a mix of feed and free ranging. The feed that we get is from a local. It's the same. It's the same stuff we feed our goats and sheep.
Yep.
The chickens will eat everything out of it except for the big pellets, and then I just take what they don't eat and dump it into the trough for the other animals. But it's a 22% or is it 18%?
I think it's 20%.
20%. So it's a special mix that she came up with, and they
Matt helped. So
Matt helped, yeah.
Matt was like, okay, I think
Brother
I got
Hitch.
you. So no.
Oh, Matt
at Jackson Farmers, yeah. And
feed store Matt.
Yeah. Matt and I came up Matt came up with it, and he read it back to me, and I'm like, that sounds good. I think I could feed that to everybody. And he was like, all right. And so that's what we've been doing for, gosh, it'll be 2 years in October. No, year and a half. For about a year and a half. Yeah. Trying to figure out when
we free range
started doing that. Yeah. Free range is huge.
Yeah. And then we also,
it's how you keep your ticks and your ants and all that stuff down.
Yeah. And then we were getting scraps from a local kitchen, but they decided it was on the reservation where I work, and it was the Elder Center. So they decided they were going to do their own garden.
Oh, I was going to tell you the Chinese restaurant up in Holton. They're closed on Mondays. So when I went to the post office, I was not able to check in with them. I did not have time today. And
that's okay.
So I will get in there and talk to them because they do have a dumpster full of stuff back there. So.
Yeah. So we're that's something you guys need to do. Go out, and if you've got chickens, go out and find a local restaurant or a local cafeteria and ask them if they will put their food scraps into a 5-gallon bucket and bring it home and feed it to your chickens.
And sometimes they won't, and you're going to have to dumpster dive. So
yeah. And what's the worst they can do?
Work.
What's the worst they can do? They can tell you no.
Right.
But if you go over to Jason from Kentucky, I can't talk.
Kentucky Sustainable Living.
Yes. If you go over to his channel, he's got a video where he got 32 5-gallon buckets from a local restaurant after a banquet. So he was feeding his chickens that almost exclusively for several weeks.
Yeah, we probably need to go talk to 1886 as well.
Yeah.
And see what we can do there.
Right. Let's go back up. Let's see what we got. By the way, it was you. T-Paw or Starla said that you were looking very nice tonight.
Oh, probably T-Paw. I have her favorite necklace on.
Yeah. Hey, Watchdog, how you doing, man? Chinese food for chickens. That'll be Kung Pao. Yeah. There'll be Kung Pao chickens when we're done.
Stupid.
Yeah. So what else did we do? What else we got going on?
You got underneath the house, and then we did that. It's pretty much for me anyway, catching up from Self-Reliance Festival. And so getting all that done. I had some orders come in, so I got all that stuff done. And then it's pretty much on the computer trying to do the office stuff, making sure that we're good for festivals, everything's paid, everything's done. Finally got JR's money out from Liberty Tree Fellowship. He's building our website. So finally got that out.
Tech says they talked to 1886 and she uses some of it, but would be happy to give it out.
Great.
So maybe we can come up with a collaboration there with Life Done Free and take turns picking it up and splitting it.
Yeah.
And
I'm good with that.
And I'm still
there. If I'm hatching chickens for them, which we got a deal on that.
Yeah.
Maybe we could figure some stuff out on that. Yeah. I can see a lot of potential in that. And then we have hogs coming over in June. And so I talked to our neighbor Chris as well. And we're gonna, with those heifers, we're going to breed back and forth. And then that way we have an entire second line coming through. So I'm excited about that. And then, so I got that done.
Well, going back, talking about the website, I spent part of the week, part of the evenings getting photos and working with the guy that's JR from Liberty Tree Fellowship. Heck, you think I'd been drinking how I'm slurring my
You're
words tonight?
tired.
I am tired, but and I'm stone cold sober. But anyway, I worked with him, and he's getting his website up, and so he wanted some pictures because he wants to have
He's
us
gonna
sell some
promote
stuff
some
there
of our goods. Yep.
to help generate some money for his
Mhm.
platform. We're still at tag. We're still waiting on freesteading.
Well, and it's kind of cool the way that it works. So JR is going to put our stuff on his website and he'll sell it there, and we're going to kick him back 10%. So we figured that out. And yeah, it's going to work out great.
Richard wants to know if it was one big bag or several smaller ones.
Several small.
Like gallon bags?
No, it was the
sandwich bags.
So if it's wet, like when I did everything, it's a 1/4 pound. So here's the deal, and that's
it's
why
not wet, it's freeze dried.
It is freeze dried,
Okay.
but here's the deal. And I was explaining this to Misty, and this is what I was concerned about, because when Rickster, you asked for 1 pound, and that's why I was like, do you want that like 1 pound wet, like what you would see it at the store, or you want it freeze dried? So 1 pound freeze dried equals 4 pounds. So you have to times that by 4.
Is the store up yet there, Tag? I thought we were waiting for the e-commerce thing to go through. If it's up and running,
then we got stuff
we'll support
there. Yeah.
we will support freestarting in any way we can.
We got stuff to put on there. I got a ton of stuff to put on.
And I'm going to use that as a segue just to tell everybody, if you're not on freesteading, you need to get out there, guys. Seriously. It's a great resource for homesteaders and preparedness minded people. You can meet other people that are like-minded. I guarantee you're going to find somebody that lives near you. At the very least, get on there and get on the state page and be active on your state page in any state that's near you. So like we're close.
Be active, and we totally missed that the store was up.
Is it up?
He said it was.
No, but it's not.
He said so.
Oh, we can post anything. Yeah, we knew that, but we were waiting for the e-commerce thing. That's cool. That's cool.
We can post stuff for sale on there.
Yeah, I knew that.
We want to give him a kickback if we can.
Yeah. So, you could always write a check and take it over to him if you want to help.
Or just pay cash and nobody knows.
I'm just saying.
Cash is king around.
It's just like paying taxes. You know, you can there are certain people in this country.
I can give the government 61%, or I can give tag 10%.
No. My point is that there are certain people in this country that feel that we should pay more taxes, yet they never fill out that line on the tax return that says, I want to give more money. I want to give this amount of money extra to the government, but they're willing to take stuff out of my pocket.
What is it? Electoral, when they're doing president, going towards the campaign and all that.
Just,
because I always do the taxes. Yeah, that's what they ask.
It's just so ridiculous.
Stupid.
But
also confirmation tonight, we are in on the Midwest Preparedness Festival. We will have the vendor tent up, and we are going to be the first food truck. Now we do not have a food truck, so this is all going to be food off our farm as much as we can. We'll have tamales. I think we're going to go ahead, grilled chicken, those
wraps.
Yeah, the wraps went really well at our SRF. And I
found one in the refrigerator a week afterwards and ate it, and it was still good.
I know, because it's fresh. And so we will be getting all that together, and we'll do that. So we'll have that out there for all you daytime visitors. Don't worry about your food. It's all good.
We got Jonathan and Chuck Peoples in the house.
Chuck Peoples.
How you guys doing? Okay. Going back to
Wait.
What?
Chuck Peoples. He did an excellent job at SRF. And I really wish we got to visit with him. And I didn't, because I was cooking and doing all that stuff. But you got to visit with them a little bit.
Okay, Chuck, do not take
the
this
medical.
The wrong way. Do not
medical.
No, don't stop. Don't take this the wrong way. I may have talked to you. I'm terrible at names and faces.
See, this is why I need to not be behind a stove.
You're the one that sold my tamales and started that whole mess. So
Rosie started that mess.
You got exactly what you deserved out of that whole thing, as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
But Chuck Peoples is really good, and he will teach ditch medicine, all kinds of different medicine, survival, that kind of thing. and he's willing to travel. And so,
I thought you said you didn't talk to him.
I watch videos.
Okay. All right.
So, you gotta watch Living Free in Tennessee. I'm telling you.
Okay.
She's got the
Skeins wants to know, her pinky toe's hurting, it's throbbing.
Now you can share.
Now, why don't you share it since you're the
All
one?
right.
So tell them how it all came about.
All right. So we were doing our live last Tuesday, and I really want this to smell like pot. Sorry, guys. I really do, but it doesn't. There's none of that in here. Here's what it is. It's comfrey salve. So can you get that up there? And then make sure, turn it over.
Oh.
Is it backwards? And then turn it over. There's the QR code if you can get that in. But you can go to here. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. Yeah, you got the link, right?
Yeah.
So Nourishing the Roots of Joy. She's got a Etsy site up, and she sent me comfrey salve for my knee, and just the cutest note. And so on the note, she was talking about she saw that I hurt my knee. She wanted to send this to me. And it has a nice story on there, exactly how it heals bones and doing all of that. Her sister used it after her knee surgery, and it did really, really well. You guys, I'm telling you, go over to their store. It's $10, just $10. That's all it is. Cheaper than a hospital bill. I wish I would have had this in the very beginning. And I don't know why I didn't think of that, because I could have gone over to another person and got some. And, you guys know we're only a year and a half into this property. Mm-hmm. So our comfrey for the first time is actually now starting to come up. And so,
and what little we had last year either got eaten by goats or by chickens.
If we knew it was there. So we actually harvested from another homesteader the comfrey that we use in our Breeding Hormone Plus. So, but yeah, no, you guys need to really go check them out. And in fact, I ordered Evan's graduation present from them.
Yeah,
today.
I will put the link to their
Good
store
quality leather products.
I will put the link to the store down in the description. You guys, this is part of building community here, and this is when we're talking about keeping the money inside the community and supporting each other and creating an alternative economy. This is what we're talking about. So and there are other people that do things like this too. And Yoda makes a plantain salve that does smell like marijuana. It smells like burning grass.
Like burning grass.
It smells like burning grass, but it's really good.
This was enjoyable.
It's really good for itchy skin and eczema and all that.
Well, and cuts and that kind of thing. Plantain is related to comfrey. So, but yeah, no, it was really great. And I think the thing I really liked is that when it came in the mail, I opened up the package and I didn't know what they sent. And so I opened it up. It was aesthetically pleasing. It was really nice. Like, I would completely do this as a gift for anybody. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited for Evan's gift. I will have to open that up before we give it to him. It's for graduation. So we're going to have to put a little dinero in there.
Jack showed up. How you doing tonight, man? And the other thing, the other box that checks on our list is it's a natural solution to a problem.
And things you can grow on your farm. This is all off of their property, and we're super excited for them. And we did talk to them a little bit when we were at dinner, and just kind of let them know, everybody can sell you the American dream, but the fact is, when you're leaving communism and you're leaving trials and terror.
I'm not going to say where they're from, but where they're relocating. Well,
we kind of did the same thing, right? Because you wouldn't take the jab, and we left careers, and we did this kind of thing. And so, there are some hardships that come with that, and we'll be completely honest with you guys about that. But you get through it.
Well,
then this is what you guys come up with. You come up with your own company, so that stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah. I told him I'll tell anybody any day, man. Freedom is scary, dirty, and just it's a down payment. It's a down payment you're putting on your future.
Yeah.
And if you what was it, the ice?
Ice.
So if you do it right, it's a down payment on your kids and your grandkids' future too.
Mm-hmm.
So all the hassles and everything that you go through is well worth it.
Right.
You know, the community, that's what one of the reasons why we're so hard on community and why we hit it so hard and tell people about it so much is the very fact that we probably could not have made it as easily as we did without the community.
Rickster, I don't know why you're texting me right now, but I'm going to text you right back.
Oh my gosh. There we go. Gene, you know, wait until you're all older than 60. Is that when the is that when your GF meter is broke and you just do whatever you think is right because you don't the repercussions aren't going to last that long if you do get any?
Do what?
Aaron says, Gene, you to wait until you're all older than 60.
No, it's coming faster for
Well, and
you.
that's one of the things I'm really trying to work hard on right now is
we're trying to make the house so that we can get through all of that.
Yeah, so whenever we are old, that we can we're set up for being able to handle it. You know, because let's face it, there's going to be a point in time when we can't handle. You know what we talking. We want to have about 100 chickens at one.
We're going to end up having more than 100 this year because we have to make.
Well, I'm talking about egg layers.
Oh,
you know, our permanent flock.
No, the egg layers. So the egg layers will be a little bit less than that, unless you guys keep buying all of our freeze-dried food, and then we're gonna have to have more than that. But we'll figure it out.
But there's gonna come a point. We have
enough homesteaders.
There's gonna come a point in time when we're just not gonna be physically able to maintain this place like we can now. And I can't maintain it like I did 10 years ago when we first started. I mean, criminy, I had my first heart attack and I had my stent put in on Monday.
Yeah, that was hard.
And Thursday I was
pouring concrete
like
an idiot.
A new building. It had to be done. You know, I don't think I could do that now. I'm 6 years removed from that.
But that's another reason why we chose to come to where we are, because we didn't have the community built there that we have here. And I know if something happened to you tomorrow and we had to have concrete poured, I would have 50 people over here helping.
Now let's talk about that point for just a second, because I'm one of those people. I do not like feeling like I owe people stuff. And one of the things that they constantly have to drive into my head, and
it's okay to ask for help.
Well, and it's not that. It's we're not keeping a ledger.
Oh yeah.
We're not keeping a ledger, and you know, and I don't look at, whenever I help somebody, I don't look at they owe me anything, but whenever somebody helps me, I always like, okay, I got to pay them back. I got to make this good. I got to make sure that this is not a one-sided relationship.
And he really does. Like, him and I talk about this all the time. We're like, but we've done this and this, and they needed the help, and now we need the help. And he's like, but we owe them. And so, you know, it's just not the way it works here. And Darren, I think, you know, Hacks.
Yeah,
Hacks is really good about that.
He's another one.
Tag is also really good about that.
Both those guys are always driving that home to me.
Yeah, no ledger.
Hey, it takes a little while for me.
But you know what? When there's an emergency or there's something that has to happen, we are always there for each other. Yep. Always.
Okay, guys. Teapot makes a good point. If you guys have not gone over to Left Unfreeze channel and seen the video about the fire that they had, you guys need to go watch it. Man, that.
Dang.
It scares me. I actually went over.
We've been through a fire.
Well, I went over and talked to Tag this week, and I got to see exactly what it was like.
You saw the damage?
I saw the damage, and it, compared to what it could have been,
bad.
They had somebody looking over them.
Yes.
They had a shield of protection, or whatever you want to call it, because it could have got really bad.
Yeah, I just want to thank you all that pray for us and pray for others in our community, because without your prayers, I know that this last 2 weeks could have been devastating for several homesteaders in here. Yeah. It really could have been.
Yep.
And I think that we had a chance that Hacks and Grumpy Acres could have been in the hospital.
Yep.
And then you had the fire. They could have lost a house. we'd have figured that out. But dang, it's
Yep.
we appreciate the prayers. We really, really do. So, but yeah. So, is there anything else? Nothing else I have to show. So,
Nothing. Oh, where'd I do?
Oh, your patch.
The tactical turkey patch came. That's Roger the tactical turkey. That guy, man, he's a tough old bird. His foot's looking bad. It's still
I
swollen
think
up.
I'm gonna go put if it's okay. I hope it's okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead because I know the benefits of the comfrey salve. I'm gonna go put some of that on Roger's leg and
How
just
are
kind
you
of
going to do
massage it a
this?
little bit. He can't move.
No,
he can't really
can move, and he will beat you up with his wings.
Well, then I'm gonna put comfrey salve on my knee and I'm gonna straddle him, and then I'm gonna pull his leg up. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, see, Dolores. Oh, wrong one. Where is it? Oh my gosh, I'm losing stuff left and right. Oh, there it is. Dolores is smelling what I'm cooking there, man. She knows exactly what I'm talking about.
The spec says, "Good in the kitchen, woman."
Go make some sandwiches.
No, it's chicken a la king and garlic. I like all of our meals that almost sold out. I gotta get those going.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got a lot of we got to do.
Yeah. So
well, and we're, that's one of the things is we're learning how to build a business.
Yeah.
I mean, because you kind of, when you were a real estate agent, you kind of did, but you had,
well, even before
you had
that,
the framework of Reese Nichols to build under, though.
Right on that one, but remember all the gigs and stuff that I did before, and so I know how to make a business, and I do really great at that. But now this is a business that is really helping people and doing all of that, not just selling junk and doing all this crap, putting people into debt. Now it's like, okay, I have a product that works for you. So now it's the business plan and getting all that stuff together. And I emailed Maria, or I called her. I did not email her. I called her, left a message, but you said she's on vacation this week. So hopefully I'll get with Maria next week and we'll have all that stuff taken care of. But yeah, even went to a point that, and especially with G's job, it's really nice because I have my federal food handler's license. Both the hacks got theirs. You got yours. We have a couple of the kiddos working on theirs. There's some computer issues. We may have to get a computer over there to them. So we'll get all that stuff taken care of.
I told you I could do a laptop.
Yeah, if you'll do that, they need one.
Mrs. Hack says the wind is horrendous and the temperature just dropped 20 degrees.
It did here. Not 20 degrees, but the wind just stirred up.
You keep talking. You tell them.
Yeah, go put chickens
I gotta
away.
go put chickens away. It's getting dark outside.
All right.
I'll be right back, folks.
So what do you want me to talk about? Oh, all right. I guess I'm on my own. But so we've got everybody working on that. So federal food handler's license is taken care of. We'll get everybody fed, do all of that. Try to make sure that just in case somebody comes in, as many people as we're having, we don't have to worry about any issues. So yes, I like to jab the man, but sometimes you have to comply. Have you found the honey stick maker? No, I have not. Neither has G. And so we have worked on that and gone through the outbuilding. It's here somewhere. We even emptied out the trailer. I have no flipping clue where that thing is. But if you want to come over, you've seen the size of the outbuilding. If you want to come over and help, you are more than welcome, because it does need to be put to use. So it's somewhere. I just haven't seen it. Let's see. Yeah. It was hotter in Marietta today than down in Texas. Yeah. We are at like 90 degrees. We're going to be 33 in the morning, which stinks. And I'm really glad because I fought the urge to go in and plant and do all that stuff in the green stock. And glad I did, because I didn't realize it was going to be close to freezing tomorrow. So we'll see what happens the next day and then decide if I go over and get seeds in. Hey, Porterhouse and Teal. So glad to see you guys. I watched your live. You guys are amazing. Your wife is so stinking cute. And so, yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys have a lot going on. But yeah, so that's kind of where things are at with that. Um, I don't know. And then it was really funny. So if you guys were watching the live with Tabletop Farms yesterday, and so I was just sending questions over, and I was like, dang it, this is for interview, but I was like just trying to get everything going. And I was like, because I really want the information too. And so we'll get over there, get over to Tabletop Farms, see what they've got going on. And I cannot produce the vegetation here right now year round. They can. And so we're going to pull their product over, and those are going to be the veggies and things that you see in our freeze dried products. So awesome.
Porterhouse showed up. How you doing tonight,
Yep.
man? So we've got some high altitude thunder and lightning rolling right over the top of us right now. But you can look out to the west and see the back end of the
because
storm
we're
cloud.
right on the curve. That's why.
Yeah, you can
the
see
curve is bad. The curve is where the tornadoes are.
But you can see the tail end of the front moving through. So
okay, so Bethany, you need to pay attention to that and let us know. I'll make sure I got my phone over here. Oh shoot.
What I missed it. What did Lucy say that Rooster wants to be adopted?
I'm not sure. Can you reach this?
Yeah, I can reach it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. It's kind of weird about the flock going and putting the chickens away. It's like we've got two different flocks now because we've got one group that has taken up residence in the turkey coop, and there's one rooster in there, and there's about 5 hens, and then there's the rest of everybody is in the chicken coop. And when they come out during the day,
nobody sleeps where they're supposed to.
Well, yeah, they're not, and I'm gonna have to make them. I'm gonna have to make them go back where they belong. But when they're out during the day, they've got two little groups that roam around, and they kind of stick to themselves. So it's the dynamics of the flock are just really weird.
They're off. They're off, and that's what really stank. That we had to cull so many roosters, but the numbers were off, and we had to do that. Yeah. We had no choice. So, yeah, take some damage, clean it up, and then rebuild. So
there you go.
Story of Homestead.
Porterhouse is doing man's work right there.
Do what?
He's doing man's work, going out and buying more tools.
Yeah.
That's every man's dream. Every real man. Every man with a beard. Let's just say that. Every man with a beard is always after tools.
You're a mess.
Uh-oh. See? Postmodern, yeah. You know, it's hard, isn't it? It's hard. You do all that work, and I don't know how you guys are, but I get emotionally attached to the animals. Even the ones that I know I'm going to butcher, I still get emotionally attached to them a little bit. And
well, because I believe you believe that what you put into your animals is what you're going to get back. What was that?
Okay. If you say so.
But what you put into your animals is what you're going to get back. And so if you put 100% in, you're going to get threefold. Right. And so, you know, we, especially, you know, when we go to butcher, we make sure that we thank God that, you know, for their suffering and all of that. And, for food in our bellies and that.
And I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer that if you ever get to the point where you enjoy butchering the animals,
there's a problem.
You probably ought to go get your head checked,
right?
Because there's a. I mean, you can find enjoyment out of the being productive and all that stuff, but the actual dispatching of the animal should cause you a little bit of pain.
And we're not talking about kids. You know, kids just aren't there mentally yet. And so what we're talking about is a grown woman, grown man. And so, yeah, if you're enjoying it, there's an issue. So,
well, I must have touched a nerve on those guys without beards. Look at that.
You always do.
Towards Joy and Freedom made one, and now Jonathan's making a comment. Man, they're sensitive because they don't have beards.
You better not interfere with the barley that's coming. Of course, we probably will get our barley because Jonathan wants to stay here for a few nights.
Oh, he can stay.
Jonathan, the second bathroom's getting put up.
He can stay here even if he doesn't bring barley.
That's true.
Maytag is always welcome in our house.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. What do we got here? 2 burros that we bought for meat, and let's see. We have 2 burros that we bought for meat, but we aren't sure that's ever going to happen. They're too dear.
Oh no! You
I know that feeling.
Never want to do that.
I know that. Well, we got some goats out there that
you're like selling.
There you
go.
See,
Let somebody else take care of it.
I knew I was right. Bust. He's jealous. He's jealous of the beards.
Oh my gosh, guys are a mess.
Telling you.
Yeah.
It does something to you.
Yeah.
Here we go. So Jonathan says he's trying to spout some from his first bag. Spout some barley. He went and got some barley. Jonathan, where'd you end up getting that barley from?
Well, he's down in Texas.
I know, but where'd he get it? There's people down in Texas too.
Oh, that's true.
And plus, it might help somebody. Sharing the experience might help somebody figure out how to get it where they are.
Sure.
You know. Oh. Anti is that a real thing? Pound sign barefaced envy.
No, I need a picture from you.
I'm gonna have to go. I have to get online after and find out if that's a real thing.
Okay, so we're getting ready for our live on Thursday.
Okay, so hang on a second. So Jonathan said he got it from Naylor's Feed Store, but it's sourced from Oklahoma.
Okay. So
anybody in South Central Texas or Oklahoma, there you go. You got a source for that kind of stuff right there. Thanks to Jonathan. Okay, you were going to say.
You want me to continue?
Go ahead. I just wanted to share that.
So we have our live, the girls live that we're doing on Thursday. So remember G and it was Spags and Tag get in?
Tag got in on one. We had it was several parts.
So they did strong men, weak men, that kind of thing. Who's more dangerous? And so a lot of the women were like, "Well, could the women do that?" And I was like, "Well, after several days of people asking, I was like, yeah, we could do that." So I was putting everything together.
Well, they weren't necessarily asking. They just said that they wanted something like that because it was a conversation that needs to happen.
Does need to happen. I'm telling you, I was lit. I was so dang mad yesterday. You came home and I had notes after notes after notes because I was going on and like, what are the girls that are age 8 to age 29, 30? What are they seeing? And when they're looking up what is feminism and what is being a woman and what is being feminine? A strong woman. Oh, there is nothing on there. What is feminine? No. There's nothing. And so, what is a woman and that kind of thing. I was floored by what I saw. Like, seriously, I was ticked. And so G comes walking up and I said, "You got to hear this crap." I'm like, "Here's a divorce waiting to happen." And I read him off the weak women. And I said, "But get this, let me read you off the strong women. Here's a divorce waiting to happen." And he was like, "What?" And I read everything to him. And one of these articles goes all the way back to 1983. And so I'll have all that research and details and everything on Thursday. But yeah, I'm telling you, this is going to be a good one. And none of the articles that I found had anything to do with faith. It was so anti-biblical, it wasn't even funny.
Well, and that's one thing. And I think Tag can back me up on this. You start having these conversations. We do these conversations online. And quite frankly, I learn more out of doing some research and getting ready and preparing for them than I ever do listening to them. Mm-hmm. Starting these conversations is where I start. I think the men should do. Yes, we should tell the women what a strong woman is. That's a real winner there.
Welcome to feminism.
There's a real winner there. What is my Mrs. jokes at the first camp out? It'll be good him being in hot water and meat, not me this time. Lucy says, my friend from a farm I get feed for her Jersey cow will be calling in October. She told me I can start getting fresh milk with cream from her and can't wait to start making my own butter. Amen.
In October?
Amen.
Oh, because they're up in Canada. Yeah. No, we can do that in the spring. And depending on the drought. If the drought's not bad, then we can continue through some of the summer. But once things start drying up and you don't have the fresh grass,
Oh, did he say strong man? I thought he said strong woman. Hang on a second. I got to go back up. I may have misread. Oh, he did say strong man. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Find out what the girls would think a strong man is.
I know.
Of course, then we get to make fun of them like they made fun of us.
Actually, I know what a strong man is, and everything that a weak woman was. They tell you don't depend on the strong man. It was ridiculous. The entire thing. I was floored.
Well, it was what we consider a weak woman is a strong woman to them. What we consider a
because they took Christianity out of everything.
Anyway, you're spilling the beans. You're giving way too much information away.
I'm just telling you.
They're gonna see the thing pop up, the notifications. Well, she talked about it on Tuesday, so I don't have to watch it.
Well, we're gonna have some special guests on, and so everybody's gonna have their opinion. So we'll see what happens in there, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna try to stay on topic, and I got my questions going. But you already said it just kind of gets out of control. So hopefully we can get those points in and just kind of go from there. But
as the host, your role is to guide the topic as best you can, and when it becomes like herding cats, to rein everybody in.
Oh, really? Seriously?
Yep. Tiger says she can't wait to watch. It works and listen. Turn it up.
And this
Tiger,
is not
turn
going.
Turn it up as loud as you can so that everybody in the store can hear it or the office can hear it.
And this is not a man bashing video. So this is about women taking back who they are and what they're about. No, like we usually keep Budweiser in the fridge and Busch Light because we've got farmers and other people that come over, and as they're working, we try to make sure the beer fridge is good. And you came home tonight and you said what?
Yeah, but no Budweiser products in the house anymore.
No Anheuser-Busch.
No Anheuser-Busch because I don't know if you know who Dylan Mulvaney is. He's the guy that was dressed as a woman and interviewed Biden on national TV. He is now one of their spokespeople.
Yeah. And as if we didn't know last year or the year before. We
T-Paw, you have a good evening.
Okay. Night, T-Paw. Get some
rest. Mrs. Hack's saying they're getting hail right now.
Yeah, it means it's coming.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't come down this far. Yeah, the Rickster. If someone does not believe in at least the power greater than oneself or God is weak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think he says I'm giving too much away, but so I won't do that. But there's a destruction in the family unit, and so we're going to touch on that.
Tiger works in assisted living building. Getting the dementia ward and to crank it up. That'll be fun.
No, it would not.
Tell him.
Been there, done that. No. So I didn't crank anything up, but you don't have to.
When I got out of the Marine Corps, we moved back to Kansas City, and she was training to be a CN.
I wanted to be an RN, but I had to be a CNA first in order to get in.
So she was working at a local
nursing.
It was a nurse. It was the nursing home portion of the assisted living community.
And then they opened up a Alzheimer's unit.
And they opened up an Alzheimer's unit, and they stuck her on that on second shift. And I don't know if third shift, but it was right at that time. I don't know if you know anything about Alzheimer's, but there are certain times of the day when they get extremely worked up, and they stuck her on there, and she did not last at that job very long after that because it was, and we took
I'm done. I'm not nursing anymore.
We took dinner to her one evening, and we just had our son. He was 3, maybe. Yeah, 2. He was 2, 3. Yeah, sundowners exactly. And I took him with me when we took her dinner, and we were walking down the hallway, and by the time we made it to the end of the hallway, he was terrified.
He was terrified. Yeah,
You know?
it was bad, really bad.
Yeah, Skeens is right. Skeens is right. We need to pray for everybody because it looks like it's going to turn out to be a pretty rough spring. If everything keeps holding on course is what it is now, it's going to be a pretty rough spring, and it's kind of weird because it looks like Taggart said something about this at one point, and I just never really paid attention to it, but it really looks like Tornado Alley has shifted to the southeast because we used to be right in the middle of it, and over the past 4 or 5 years, knock on wood, we haven't had.
We had tornadoes here at the new house.
Well, but it was
just a few miles.
Yeah, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as it used to be. I mean, it seems like all the really big storms are rolling through the southeast now.
Yeah. Temperatures dropping a little bit. We got some coming in, but
yeah, Tiger got some damage from the storms.
No, I don't think anybody escaped that. So, but yeah, no, it's just kind of crazy. So I don't know.
So do we have any more updates on what's going on? Oh, well, she's doing her live with the Strong Women, and then I'm going to do on the
19th.
It's going to be on a Wednesday. It's going to be on a Wednesday this time instead of a Thursday.
April 19th, I think.
April 19th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do another conflicted night. So if you guys
got the new cards and you don't really care for them.
Yeah, I didn't say that. I got another deck. I got deck number 4, which is based off of the prepper novel series by Angry American, the Going Home series, and the questions. A lot of the questions, I'd say like 4/5 of the questions, are what I consider Rambo questions. Rambo situations where the answer is pretty straightforward, and it usually involves some sort of Rambo stuff. And the first two decks are more cerebral. Is that the word I'm looking for? A little bit more thought provoking than the ones in that deck. Not that it's a bad deck. If you've never played Conflicted before, it's not a bad deck. It's just not the same. It's not geared towards the same thing or the same group as what the first 2 decks are. And I haven't seen deck 3, and it's out of print. So
we have deck 3.
No, I got 1 and 2.
No, we have deck 3. I've got 2 decks of that.
Of deck 3?
Yeah. It was at one of the campouts, and somebody was handing them out, and somehow I ended up with 2.
Rickster, tentatively, yes. Here's the problem is I get working, and then I roll in at 7:30, 7:45, and I'm like, crap.
Well, you can show up late. They're going sometimes
I know, but
4 or 5 hours.
The Zoom's going, and at that time I'm like I'm so dang tired, But
and get on the Zoom, but make sure that you're coming back and forth because we want men input on this girl video.
Oh, that's right.
As well.
I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, we need your input.
I'm not going to be able to be on the Zoom because I'm going to be
moderating.
I'm going to be playing moderator on her channel.
And so, we do want men in on that. And not that we're trying to take away from the Zoom. We really do want to be on there, but it's important that everybody participates because everybody's got a different opinion. And now let's start putting, what is it? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Let's start putting that together and figuring it out. We let them separate us for so long.
Skane says, y'all noticed that Women's Month was marked by choosing a man to represent us from multiple companies. Disgusting.
Yes.
Yep. The Bible says something about insanity, and you can't help but shake your head and go, there's something there. Okay, so I looked at the number of tornadoes since 1952. The number of tornadoes has increased in both frequency and strength and have definitely moved. Okay, Tag says they're getting rain there. So it's
I can hear the thunder.
That's actually walking distance from our house. It's a long walk, like several hours worth of walk, but it is
I don't hear rain yet though.
Okay, Starla says that she's got to go. She's getting her medicine. Loves the Grumpy Nomi's family. Starla, we're going to pray for you. Everybody.
Starla, you just take care of yourself.
Yeah, you got to take care of Starla first, okay?
Yeah.
Dog Creek, Jake showed up. Or is it Garrett?
Hi, Jake.
Well, are you
positive. You're not, but I'm positive.
Maybe his son wants
No,
to talk taters.
He wants some mashed potatoes.
He wants some mashed potatoes. He wants some virtual mashed potatoes. But yeah, so it's definitely interesting around here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we talked about what we've been doing, what we got going on in the near future. Okay, I've gotta talk about the elephant in the room, and it's what has been all over YouTube and all over the news the past 2 or 3 days, and that's all these countries that are switching over to the yuan and dumping the dollar as their reserve currency.
OPEC not drilling.
OPEC. So,
well, another homesteader literally posted on there, the oil officer showed up and took most of their land and let them know.
What are you talking about?
I'll
you want it?
Crocs. What is it? Let me look.
You don't want to. You don't want to wait and do that one on your live stream there, Tag. I don't want to be stealing your thunder because you're the one.
What do you say?
You're the one making it happen, man.
Oh, the firewood store.
Tag is
He'll do it Friday too.
Tag is the wheeler and dealer in our group, and he gets some of the best things. So he called me yesterday, and he says, "I got a windfall, and I want to share it with you, but we got to move on it quick." And so he was telling me the property that was up for sale next to him was purchased, and the guy that bought it came over to him and said, "I do not like trees with thorns on them. And my back 80 has thousands of trees with thorns on them.
Which is like the best firewood for all of us.
And if you will cut it down, you can have as much of it as you want." So we are putting together a group of guys that all heat with wood, and we're going to go strip all the hedge and locust trees off this property. Guy wants them gone, so we're going to take care of it, and
we'll take care of it.
And if we do it right, Tag and I were talking. If we were doing it right, he'll have a bunch of lumber that he can mill, the big parts of the trees, and we'll have a whole bunch of free, well, minus the effort that put into it,
but still free.
Whole bunch of free hedge and locust fence posts, which are worth their weight in gold around here.
My dad always said nothing in life is free. And so if you're getting firewood like that and you're willing to put in a little bit of work, that's free.
Yeah, and there's the best
no-brainer.
Part. There's the best part right there. Tag estimates that there's about 100 cord of wood there.
Wow.
Which would keep the people in our community that heat with wood in firewood for several years each. Yeah. But we want to move on it fast for several reasons. Number one, the sap isn't flowing right now, and if you ever cut hedge or locust, you know that once the sap starts flowing, it becomes extremely hard to cut, and it will wear out chains quicker than anything. And number two, the woods around here, when stuff starts growing in, there's all kinds of stuff that either grabs onto your clothing or pokes you or sticks you, or stuff that bites you and stings you. And so we want to get it done before spring is in full force. So that's
why you were saying you're going to have to take a day or two.
Yeah, that's why I said, the bathroom may have to wait, because this is a time sense. And this is one of those things, folks, this again, it goes back to building community and building these relationships, because, Tag built that relationship with that guy, and the guy was like, "Hey, I know that they heat with wood, so I'll go talk to them. I want this gone." So, and you got to start the conversation. That's my biggest thing. I hear people ask, I want to build these trading networks. I want to build these communities. I want to do that. How do I start it?
Right.
You start it by having a conversation with somebody. If that's not something that you like doing, then Buttercup, I'm
gonna go check on the animals real quick.
Okay.
Something's wrong.
Said, Buttercup, you better get to it. Yeah, one of the lambs is out there yelling.
Yeah, I heard the mamas too. So make sure flashlight.
So she's gonna go out and check the animals. There's thunder, lightning. The wind kicked up too.
Just make sure nothing's over.
Probably can't find Mama because it's dark and stormy. That sounds like a "Where's Mama" bleat. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. This is about building community. This is how we do it, and we share these type of things, and building community. If you live in West Central Missouri, Northern Arkansas, Southeastern Kansas, the week of June 8th. The week of June 8th through June 11th, there's a meetup down at Pomme de Terre Lake in southern Missouri. It's south of Clinton and a little bit east of Collins, Missouri. But they're having a bunch of people. It's basically preppers, but there's some homesteaders. I think I'm going to go down there if I can swing it. It's only a 3.5 hour drive, 4 hour drive for me. So I'm going to go down there. But if you live down there, Hutch is the guy who's putting it together. And he said he's going to have a video with all the details here in a week or two, because he's starting to figure out campsites and stuff, and it's from talking to him, it's a campsite that we had gone to 4 or 5 years ago for a Midwest Preparedness Festival. We wanted to do something different, so we drove down there, and it's a really nice campsite, really nice area down there. It's beautiful down by Pomme de Terre. Of course, any of those lakes in the Ozarks are worth it. But if you're in that area, make the trip out there. Find out the details. I'll share it once I find out, and I'll make sure it gets up on freesteading, and we'll see if we can't flood it with freesteading people and Grumpy Acres and Life Done Free subscribers. Pat Wiley in the house. Hit Charles up. We started cutting up for firewood and didn't even have a wood stove yet. In the market for a small wood stove. Well, there you go. And that's what do. It's gonna save all kinds of money. We heated with wood up until about the last 3 weeks. We got back from Self-Reliance, and we never fired the stove back up. But we've had a couple of small heaters that between Yoda canning stuff and cooking and the couple of small heaters, it was nice and toasty in here. Okay. Oh, now let's go back and since I got derailed on the firewood thing, which is a great thing. Tag's going to mill lumber. I can't wait to see that. Hedge once it dries out, makes some very sturdy and very, very long lasting lumber. It's crazy.
Great burning stove.
So Postmodern Soapbox says Shane may be able to come help. Keep that in mind, Tag. Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah.
Shane, yeah. So okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room that everybody's talking about. All the countries that are going to the WAN. Here's my take on this. Number one, it was going to happen eventually. The longevity of fiat currency is roughly about 230 to 250 years. I'm sorry, 75 years. That other number is something else. It's about 75 years, and we are getting to that point now to where the chickens are coming home to roost, so to speak, on the fiat currency. Good news is, let's black pill you first. So the black pill is if the U.S. loses reserve currency and the OPEC dollar goes away, or the petroleum dollar goes away, we're going to see a sharp increase in inflation and prices in America, because the U.S. dollar is based solely on the faith people have in it, and if it's no longer the world current, the reserve currency, then people are going to lose faith, and you're not going to be able to buy as much with it. It's just a simple fact, right? And people are saying that it's the end of the American empire, and the empire being a not necessarily an empire in the classical sense, but just the ability to affect the world as a country. So there's a pamphlet out called "The Search for Survival," or I'm sorry, "The Fate of Empires and the Search for Survival by Sir John Glubb. And it's a little 72-page pamphlet that he wrote in about 1972. And he details the life course of the various empires. He took about 12 or 13 empires throughout history and came up with these specific eras of the empires. And if you read it, he was actually wrote it about the British Empire because it was coming along right at the end of the British Empire. But if you read it, it's America in a nutshell today. We have gone through all these phases, and we are reaching the end where we are on the decline, and there are other countries on the upswing. And unfortunately, where those two lines intersect in history, there's always a war. So there's your black pill. You're going to pay more, and chances are that a lot of bad stuff is going to come down on the world stage that we're going to have to deal with, right? I highly recommend that you start listening to Peter Zeihan. He's a global strategist, and he looks at demography and economics as doing his forecasts. And I've talked about him before, and he's in the past he's been pretty prescient about what he's talked about. And I'm almost done listening to his latest book, which is The End of the World as We Know It and Mapping the Decline of Globalism. And he talks about some stuff in there, and it gives you it will change your perspective on the way things are going and where things are headed. For that reason, I'm not 100% doom and gloom. I'm not going to be one of these channels that are going to black pill you and tell you nothing good is going to happen. Fact is, we're going to go through some rough times, but coming out on the other end of it, if we do it right, and by we I mean the American people, not the U.S. government, but we the American people. You know, we will come out on the other side better than we are going in. You know, it's one of those things. But listen to him and take this to heart. Yes, there are storm clouds on the horizon. The sun is still shining. You still have time to do what you feel you need to get done. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you do or do not need to do. I'm going to talk about what we're doing, and anything I say from a financial time or from a financial standpoint is
No, it doesn't.
okay.
Yeah, now we're back.
Are we back? No, it wasn't you, Tag. It was us.
It was us.
The storm
Storm just came in.
and it just started dumping rain really hard. That rain you said we weren't going to get, and we lost our feed.
Yeah.
So yeah, they didn't dump us because of anything I was saying. Give me okay. Brian says he can see us. That's good. You know, but what I was saying was, you know, there's still time to do what you got to do, and what we're doing. Number one, the biggest thing that we're doing and we're encouraging everybody to do is build your community.
Yeah.
It's
huge.
It's so paramount. It's so paramount right now that you try to build your community. All right.
Second, and we're actually lucky because we started a long time ago.
Yeah, you know.
And the people that are coming in right now trying to build community, oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine trying to do it like literally at 11:59.
Right.
And so we've been able to filter out a lot of stuff and that kind of thing.
But it can still be done.
Yeah.
I mean, look
Yeah.
at the community that we built just off the potluck stuff,
Right.
and how many good people we met, and all the
Right.
network, and that was
And
just.
we actually got our first newsletter today.
Oh, is that what it was?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Got our first newsletter, and there's a whole thing on there about the Homesteading Act and all of that. It was really cool. Yeah, I liked it.
So, Tag says, I'm working in a community how-to blueprint. I think I'm going to decipher that as he's working on how to blueprint a community, how to create a community. Well, I think
if it can be done,
I've been thinking about doing some videos on just suggestions on what people can do.
The problem, well, okay, so not a problem. The thing is that a lot of people are different. And so if you get some poison in there, everybody has to be in agreement how to take care of that poison, right? So there's that.
Starless is bad when you try to build community by bartering and you know you have to wait for the product you traded for and you find out you're not getting it. Yep, there's always that risk.
Sucks.
There's always that risk.
Yeah. And we do it all the time. I shipped out 2 packages yesterday. And I'll get the payments. I trust these people, so I know I'll get them. But yeah, it's always a risk.
Brian says, I do hope this great nation of America turns around and gets better. I'm a pessimist, though, as history teaches. The signs we see today are signs of collapse. And Brian, you're right, but collapse.
Is Brian married?
Collapse is a relative term.
Is Brian married?
I don't know.
Find out.
That's why he's a pessimist. If he is.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, he can be a pessimist, but that was one of the attributes that I kind of came up with after looking in the Bible and then looking at the terms and that kind of thing, definitions of a strong, was optimism. Yeah,
there's the Sir John Glubb. Yeah, it's a fantastic read, and you can sit down and read it in about 30-45 minutes at the most. Oh, here we go. What did Doc? Yeah, here. It's hard to get going. It takes time. You know what, Jake? You need to get and do a video about the trials and tribulations that you've gone through, because that folks. I'm not going to tell Jake's story because he tells it way better than I do, but I can't even imagine going through some of the stuff that he's had to deal with in the last couple of months trying to build a community there where he is. It's just crazy.
But that being said, we're getting ready to go in October, right?
Yeah.
28th, 29th, is that right?
Sometime at the end.
28th, 29th. We're getting ready to go to Kentucky because Shelly and Jason, Kentucky Sustainable Living, and Two Oak Crows, they're putting on I'm assuming Jake's probably part of that. We will be speaking out there. Do what?
He's not in Kentucky.
Yeah, but I would assume he'd be there. And so we will be out there speaking on food preservation. So
Tag's absolutely correct. 0 to 5 is way harder to do than 6 to 10, and it does snowball. It really does. And one day you'll be sitting back and you'll be like, wow,
how'd this happen?
How did we get into such a great community?
Right. Still here. So if they can type in questions, then we can answer those and hope that this works out.
Okay. Listen, we're losing connectivity here because the storm's getting pretty bad. It's thundering and lightning and everything. It's raining really hard right now. So we're gonna go ahead and okay. So Jake says yes, he's gonna help.
Yeah,
he's gonna help. Yeah, we froze again, Lucy. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I don't want to waste you guys' time.
Unless you guys have a really quick questions that we can get done real quick.
Anything anything that.
And we're sorry. We knew this was going to happen. So
yeah. So as a reminder, Thursday, Strong Women, get up, show up, make a difference. She's got some really cool guests that are going to show up. Hopefully, you always have to hedge your bet because you never know what could happen.
yeah,
to somebody.
some confirmations. Yeah. So.
And then the Wednesday the 19th, we're doing another conflicted night. So, and I got some brand new people. I'm gonna see if Darren's available, but I got some new people to come on, and it's gonna be a great night. What else we got going on? See everybody at Midwest Preparedness Festival the end of this month.
End of this month, yep.
It's 3 weeks away.
Is it 3 weeks? Is that all I have?
Yeah,
then,
it starts.
And then right after that, we'll be in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Homesteading Expo. So we'll be there.
Puppy's first thunderstorm.
Her second.
Oh, was it her second one?
Yeah, her second.
Yeah. So we'll be in Pryor, Oklahoma. So if you're in Oklahoma, you guys come up there and see us.
Yeah. Make sure you talk to us because if we do dinner, we'll do dinner. So.
Right. Absolutely. We'll go do dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, you guys make comments down below. If you're,
Brian's in Oklahoma.
If you're new to
We're
the
not
channel,
in Oklahoma. We will be in Oklahoma prior.
If you got any suggestions for videos you want to see, go ahead and pop them down there. Woo! Look at that face. Okay, we shouldn't be laughing at the puppy, but it's funny.
I need to go love on her.
Yeah, leave us comments. We're gonna try to get some thought-provoking stuff out there for you guys. Do some more cooking videos if I can ever talk her into it.
I should have done the broth. I'll do that the next time. It's just not going to be with the chicken heads and necks and all that stuff, baby. It's okay.
Her legs wrapped around me.
It's all
okay,
right.
Guys, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna batten down the hatches. You guys have a wonderful evening, and what should they do?
Go live a life done free. God bless you
All right,
all.
take care,
We
everybody.
love you.